How is everybody doing? First, what's up, Zaki? What's up, Jay? How we doing, guys? Just finishing this ARAM here, and then we're gonna get down to it for the day. Bum ba bum bum ba bum 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 bum. Ooh, see Cobbler with that sub. Nice, man. What's up? What's up? What's up? It's gonna be DD in a second here, guys. I am just finishing this ARAM. We're gonna do a breakdown today of. Hold on, let me open that up on a browser here. What one is it? Chrome. Nope, not that one. Is it this one? ETF ideas. All right, this be the one. This be the one. Okay, so we're gonna go here. Here's a brief outlook, guys, as to what we're gonna be doing today. I am just finishing up this right now, so won't take too much longer, I don't think. Do 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 and do 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 and do 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 and did LAC print? It did definitely print. We will go over that. We're going to review last week's review as well. So see how well we stuck to the rules that we put out there, the thoughts that we had. I'm going to go through the book of the week. The one that I read this week was One Up on Wall Street by Peter Lynch. We're going to do a breakdown of upcoming SPACs. We're going to take a look at the rules, see if we need to add or take away from any of the rules. We're going to look at anything that, as far as the stimulus bill, we've got more details on. And then we are going to finish up with planning out the week ahead through FTA calendar events, anything of that nature. So if there's anything else that you guys want me to do, breaking down specific tickers, we could do that. Good day, good day. RC back in the house. What's up? What is up? Yeah, LAC definitely did run. News came in. I think it definitely is going to run more on Tuesday. One of the nice things with being Canadian is the TSX is not closed. Monday is not a holiday in Canada. So the TSX will be open, and as a result, we will actually have the ability to trade LAC. So I am interested to see how that performs. As soon as we get this ARAM done. Bum, bum, bum. Lazy Saturdays. I love it. Yeah, I am gonna go over all of the tickers that I talked about last week. Would you add more shares on Tuesday? I was listening to Rita talk about adding to winnings. Rita and I don't trade exactly the same. We trade similar, but not the same. She's a Momo trader. I trade macro psychology. So if you guys want, I am going to be in the Discord as well. This ARAM is just taking a little bit longer than I had thought. So just finishing up there. So everybody talk about yourself. DGLY, I'm fairly sure is going to print again, but time will tell. Bum 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Crazy, crazy week. Yeah, we'll take a look at the target for the week. We're going to update that for sure. Take a look at where we stand there. We made some decent gains. We had some wins. Did take the first loss of the year, though. $1,000 loss on free cell, fuel cell. So that's unfortunate. But nothing that we can't bounce back from. We were due for a loss. Are we still pumping ACRX? I don't know about pumping. I am definitely still looking at ACRX on the basis that their Q4 preliminaries were extremely appealing. We did take a win on ACRX. Was green on it, and I still think that there's tons of room to go on it. So, still opportunities there for sure. Yeah, yeah. If you guys loaded up pre-market close on LAC, you did quite well on that return for sure. We had a really, really solid we had really solid gains throughout the week, guys. The wins overall just keep coming in, so pretty happy about that. We will take a look at the turn and burn as well. I'm still kind of processing everything that I read or listened to, I guess, out of serious question though, is Wolf better than Chewy? No. No. In the shortest answer I can possibly give you, my answer would be no. It is not. What do you think LAC could run to? No idea. No idea. Having the rights to the second largest lithium mine in the world as the entire world is looking to adopt EV. I honestly could not tell you. All right, let's get down to this though. Oh, come on, why is this not? Okay. Total market value of the portfolio is 84,474. We've got four 15,000 plus plays. One of them is a $25,000 play. DGLY. LAC should do even better if the ORAC passes, which it should. LAC is currently $24. I expect Tuesday morning pre-market it goes even higher than that. In the event that this breaks 25 and I can get 25% off this play, I probably will. But yeah, so far so good. Week's looking good. Let's take a look at the last week in review here. This is gonna piss me off that I can't. Where's my macros? Where is the macros? Where is they? Macros? Okay, let's see if that works now. There we go. Now we're cooking. Okay. Okay, last week's recap. What we targeted heading into the week. Potential plays, Tilray, OG, hype into pot earnings. This did well. DGLY. DGLY did not soar throughout the week. It is up a little bit, but it's not up a ton. HIL. HIL was up on the week, but not a ton. That was a hold into the inauguration. I've since liquidated that position. I'm no longer in Hill. I realized that I had a couple of different inauguration plays all running at once, and it didn't make sense for me to have so many inauguration plays as major portions of the portfolio. So what I've got right now is a mix of SPACs that have imminent news. I've got DGLY, which I think is an inauguration play, and LAC, which is a stimulus play. So those are kind of the big chunks that I've got right now. Now Hill was I exited green on Hill, so I'm okay with that. Exit iPod SBPI Monday morning for capital to take into Tilray DGLY. DGLY Tilray would have been a better way to go around it, actually, but in the end of the day, I took Afria and DGLY, so I did veer off of this a little bit, but it still worked out pretty well. So not completely upset about how that went. Just want to make sure. I know I had some banking stuff up earlier. I want to make sure that that's not in these. Need to open the Restream chat too. So I can see everybody who's talking from all the different platforms. Okay. So I have updated the reading list. Let's go here. You guys can go there, check out the reading list. Did update it with the book for today. Huge fan of Peter Lynch's book. There were some really interesting thoughts that came into it. I don't think there's anything I need to add to the rules as a result of how last week went, other than what I already put in there. Yeah, that is the big crux with SPPI is that they've got to commit to sending somebody there in person right now, because there's no grounds for doing a remote inspection of the facility. So, yeah, there's no SIP here. So BTWN guys and IPOF are the two SPACs that I'm still actively in. Book of the week was One Up on Wall Street by Peter Lynch. Highly recommend it. Rules, as far as things that I've added to the rules for the week. I don't understand what this means, so I might as well delete it. Don't bet against major analysts. JP Morgan. That's where I lost my first big loss, or my first loss at all, actually. Last portfolio for the year. So FSL, I thought JP Morgan was wrong. I still think JP Morgan is wrong, but again, herein lie the facts that the market believes JP Morgan more than my gut. So the reality on it was it would have been better not to take the trade against JP Morgan. So that's in here now as one of my rules. Don't bet against major analysts. So I'm not going to take large positions against JP Morgan, Goldman, Citibank, any of the major analysts that drop their insights. That's not to say that they're not wrong in the long term, but this is a gamble on the week when it's so close. I guess I should add 24 to 48 hours following input. Stop listening to professionals. It's ironic that these are here, right? Don't bet against major analysts, and then stop listening to professionals. The idea of stop listening to professionals came from the book today. There was a quote from Lynch in that book that I thought was quite poignant as to how I do my trading. His line was, "Smart money isn't that smart, and dumb money isn't that dumb unless it starts listening to the smart money that isn't that smart." So this is a big one of should I be listening to strategies and insights and thought processes from other traders who have come before me? No. It's okay for me to analyze what they've done, consider what they've done, make decisions. That's fine. But as far as oh well, this guy who's trading and seeing success is doing TA charts based off of these candlestick patterns and he's seeing a win. Great. That's not how I trade. I really, really want to dial in into how I trade this year. So, yeah, to some extent. Rise early, work hard, take profit was another one that was in there. So the idea that you got to get up, you got to do the work, you got to take profits when you can. Consider spin-offs was another idea that he threw out in the book. This idea of when a company spins off, traditionally what you see happen with that is the spin-off company is quite profitable, which is why they're spinning it off in the first place. And so initially on a spin-off, when a new spin-off joins the market, you would be able to see a quick gain there possibly. And last but not least, equity, equity, equity. So don't get sucked into the options game. What do you mean spin-off? Okay, so let's go to Seeking Alpha. Type in spin-off. So here's one from the 13th. Simon's Gamesa and Simon's Energy say they plan to develop a commercial offshore wind turbine that produces hydrogen. So what you had here was the original company of, I guess this is Siemens, not Simon's, right? Siemens. Um, so Siemens Energy was the original one, SMEGF. That's the parent company. And then the spin-off is the renewable energy section of it. What's interesting is the renewable energy section has surpassed um, the parent company here. Technip FMC says it has resumed plans to separate into two publicly traded companies. Technip FMC, an integrated technology service provider, and Technip Energy is an energy and technology player. Separation was expected to be completed in the current quarter. Will occur via a spin-off of 50.1% of the outcome shares of Technip Energy's pro rata to this. Shareholder BPI France agrees to buy Technip Energy shares from Technip's retained stake. So this is one that's interesting. It's worth watching for me. Um, why these are done, it's when a branch of the company that wasn't supposed to be the main focus of the company starts to gain weight and it's got enough legs to go on its own. You don't want to run in too many directions at once, right? So think about Google and Alphabet, right? They split just because there was too many things going on at once that it wasn't possible to have them all under one umbrella. So that's kind of what's going on there. But yeah, spin-offs, there's an idea worth considering as a potential new strategy. um, okay. so that's that. Trading rules are updated. So let's go back to trading weekly recap. Bills, there what is the American Rescue Act available? American Rescue Plan. What's a good resource for complete beginners who want to get into stock? Parabalistic. This reading list that I put together is probably the best resource that I can give you as far as how I learned to trade. These were the books that I use to get into that mindset, to get into that thought process, learn how to trade the market effectively. Um, Honestly, reading is your best ally if you're going to be getting into the market, and it's underappreciated in some massive ways. Isn't IBM creating a spin-off? I know boomer stocks. I love boomer stocks. We can type it in here and see what comes up. IBM spin-off. Global Technology Services segment into a completely new company, Newco. Yeah. Investopedia is also an excellent resource for sure. But for me, if you know what all those are, option, index, future, stop loss, order book, market order, for me, if you don't understand how the market works and the psychology around it, understanding the terminology for the market isn't going to do you any good. So you have to kind of have a bit of both. But again, reading is going to be core to it. I learned a majority of those terms that stop loss, trailing stop loss, limits, orders, index, future, all of these things here. I learned them by actually just being in the market. Those weren't required knowledge for me to get started. They were things that I learned as I went. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, American Rescue Plan. I want to read the entire damn thing, but I don't see it. U.S. bills. There's nothing under American Rescue Plan. Hmm. The fiscal support with the new Biden rescue plan is going to be 25% of the GDP. Wow, that's huge. Okay, Biden fiscal rescue package: unemployment insurance, rental insurance, nutrition, extended SNAP benefit. So that may be a potential play. Um, Solar wind, so cybersecurity is on here. Um, they've got mental health and vet health in here. What up? What up? What up? Yeah, this is the 1.9 trillion one. Here is the link. But this isn't really getting down to the detail. Yeah, this is just an overview. This is not. There's no in-depth overview, which I really, really like. Chicago's already going crazy for riots. Are you sure? You got rioting? Your downtown and police are everywhere? All right, what's going on in Chicago? Chicago riot. The stimulus will be 1,400. That's what you're gonna see is 1,400. The 600 you already got, and then another 1,400 on top of it. Okay, well, there's nothing trending right now for riots. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, Bernie and AOC, of course, want the 600 plus 2,000. That's not how that's going to work. I don't think. Um, so it seems like there's some virtual events planned, but I'm not seeing. What's up, Jacob? You got scammed. You voted for 2,000 and you got 1,400. I mean, such is the government. I think by the end of it, universal basic income is going to be something that he's talking about more and more and more. The promise of we'll just pay you money without any heed of the repercussions is a serious problem for sure. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Okay. So the week ahead, what do we have? We've got the inauguration on the 20th. We're predicting tickers for that are DGLY, 10, THCX. Let's go here. Seeking Alpha usually has a weekend recap or something. Stellantis on the 19th, huh? Yeah, this is when I do the work. This is when I get my week kind of centered in my head. I figure out what's going on. I read some books. I take the time to get sharp so I'm ready Monday morning when it's time to go. What is the ticker for Stellantis? STLA. Okay. What else we got going on? Earnings calendar. Let's see if we have any earnings coming up that are of particular interest. Because the DGen's got a day off. Yeah. Halliburton could be interesting on the 19th. Netflix on the 19th. Logitech on the 19th. 19th is going to be a big one. Fuel Cell on the 21st. What did Fuel Cell do after hours? Hmm. Stop if you see a ticker that you guys think is going to be interesting. How long I've been trading? I started trading January of 2020 with about 2,200 US. Grew that portfolio to 50K last year. This year we are heading into week 3, and I'm trading with about. And we looked at the market value today, it was 84,000. 84.5 right now is where we're at. So about 35 grand in the first 2 weeks and growing. Guys, you can definitely see the portfolio. LAC is going to go to the moon. It already had a nice run. I may look to exit pre-market, guys, or exit at least a large portion of the position pre-market. We will see. But you guys can check out tip ranks there. My portfolio is there for you to view. I'm the red candle. The little candle down here is the market. This is the S&P. And then these are the best analysts in the market. Average tip ranks and best tip ranks. So currently, guys, I am a 4-star analyst, beating close to 200,000 professionals. Weekend is going really well, really well. Got through another book this morning, so I was pretty happy about that. Continuing to keep up the good habits so far into the year. Just seeing what else. Somebody said Palantir. I don't see Palantir earnings yet, but maybe it's coming up. He's good. He's good. They were concerned that he might have broken his leg, but he did not. So he seems to be limping on it, and it's sore, but otherwise he's okay. Big old goose egg on his head, but no risk of concussion. Yeah, he's okay. What's the last day of the week? Stopped us at the 22nd. So anything after the 22nd, I don't care. Steel Dynamics. Oh, we're into the following week. Okay, so we're done with earnings. The only thing that I saw that is of interest to me is fuel cell. Right now we are. We're talking all kinds of different things. Events is next. So Palantir has a demo. Do you have a date or an article on that? Yeah, Netflix on Tuesday. I probably won't be playing that though. For a bigger company like Netflix, especially anything in the Fat Man G, anything Fat Man G, you kind of have to get in 2-3 weeks beforehand. At the very least, I would have got get in on Friday. I think that the milk is gone. Oh, that's on the 26th. Okay, so that's not next week. That's the following week. How is Palantir doing though? 25.50. Yeah, Kathy Wood. Kathy Wood. Just rocking things. Um, I don't know. I think there's a lot of hope on Tuesday. We've got the inauguration on Wednesday, so I think Tuesday goes green as people position and put money in ahead of the inauguration. Okay, so Palantir has a demo on the 26th. See link. All right, other events. Corsair. Yeah. Again, Corsair's one that I would play 2 to 3 weeks beforehand. Um, Doing well, Snow. Doing well. Soy sauce. If that's your rule, go to town. I'll probably be making purchases on Tuesday. Um, Haven't set out a battle plan yet, but I definitely will be. Yeah, I wish you'd got more LAC. I mean, I'm pretty happy with what I have on it. Yeah, like I got 19 grand in there. I'm pretty happy with the sizing that I've got on LAC. I don't know that I would have had more. Uh, I think EVs will be big this year, but I don't buy manufacturers, just minerals. That's right. LAC, typically I won't even buy miners either. The reason why that I'm buying LAC is it's the second largest lithium mine in the world. And when a big player like that happens, it happens. You make your own rules, yeah. Um, I'm not in MOTN. I'm not waiting around for it. It's not one of the ones that's high on my list of SPACs, so I'm not sure what's going to happen there. But Mara is a miner. That's a different kind of miner. Let's focus. Focus here, guys. It's a different kind of miner. That's Bitcoin. I'm talking about the gold miners, silver miners, precious metals, rare metals. Do you have any thoughts on IPOE? I don't. IPOE is one of the few that we did not play. We played IPOA, IPOC, IPOD, and we are currently in IPOF with about a 12,500 position. Um, I do. Yeah, I do like Mara a lot more. Um, I will probably be looking to exit LAC on Tuesday. Um, in hindsight, if I had thought about the timing of it and that there was going to be a weekend, I probably would have taken LAC on the DSX. But you play League? I do play League. Yeah. Pink Floyd 3000. Thanks so much for the follow, man. Let me know how you found the channel and what it is you trade. Is Robinhood a good app to start on for stocks? No. I don't recommend you use Robinhood. If you're in Canada, what I use is TD Advanced Dashboard. I love the charts. I love the tool. In the US, I've heard good things about Interactive Brokers. I've heard good things about Webull. Uh, yeah, Saki, I'm out of that kind of stuff. I'm out of that kind of stuff. Yeah, Martini has started using Webull, and she's been speaking the praises of it. So, um, yeah, I if Martini says she's liking the charts, then I'm there with her. But I'm never going to switch off of TD just because I've got Canadian banking tied to it. So it's kind of the one that I play. I really like the charting system in here. I like the news. I like the hot map. How much is TD for you? I'm on Scotia and I find it pricey. With TD, I typically see $7.99 commission per trade, which is not bad. Not bad. Um, okay. Reuters is what I wanted. Markets, U.S. markets. Yeah, but I honestly I think that's to the positive that there's no OTC trades. Especially if you're getting started, you shouldn't be trading OTCs. Um, in my opinion. By the way, guys, I haven't put that disclaimer in yet. This is not financial advice. Not financial advice. This is purely opinion. Anybody that you hear on the stream, it's purely opinion. Do your own damn due diligence. You are a grown ass adult. I am not responsible for you. Do your own thing. Um, yeah, there are. You will not ever get financial advice from me. What you guys get to see here is my thought process, how I get ready for the week, and hopefully that inspires you guys to do something similar with your own trading. We also just like to hang out. So The other thing, guys, that I do want to mention is this trading journal that I'm building out that has all the trades in it from the month. It's got a breakdown every day of my sentiment, psychology, the trades, exits, and entries that I take, and my thought process behind those, as well as weekly recaps. This will be made available to subscribers for the stream at the end of every month. I will give you guys a link that I generate every month at the end of the month. So if you are a sub at the end of January, you will get access to this as a viewer. Um, so that's there for you guys. For those of you that are sub to the channel, this will be something that you guys get your hands on and you're able to look through it and understand what we're doing. You're 90% in SPY, and that's perfectly okay. Honestly, guys, there's a lot of plays that I take that I would never recommend other folks take, simply on the basis of um, if you're not watching the market all day every day, you probably shouldn't be in these kind of plays. Most of the portfolio that I trade, guys, that's true of. When you go to the bank and they show you that chart, maybe some of you don't know if you're newer, but when you go to the bank and they show you that chart of like, here are the different portfolios that we have with different risk levels. If your risk level is a 1 on a scale of 1 to 10, this is for you. If it's a 10, this is for you. Millennials trades that he offers insights into for the most part are like a 15. Millennials real degen plays are like a 30 on that chart. So yeah. So this is the churn and burn account that is Trade Millennials Gut that Martini and I are putting together. Since October, we started in October. It has seen almost 30,000 in gains now. Yeah, it's up 120% since October. So these trades are going quite well. Pretty happy with what we're producing here. There are some very solid plays still in here. We do have Fuse on potential pump when it picks who it wants to be. Waiters in here heading into its earnings. WPRT is doing really well. IPOF is doing really well. This is gone. Oh no, this is not gone. We're still in this. She didn't exit LAC. No, I don't want it to be 305. Why is that 305? I'm getting really irritated that the Google Finance thing isn't working. Makes it really tough for me to. Ah, whatever. It finished at 24. So only real money accounts, guys. These are not paper accounts. This is a real money account that is traded. I just don't have access to this portfolio. Somebody else has access to it on their system. So this is a portfolio that's traded elsewhere, but this is a secondary portfolio that started with 25,000. Currently invested in here is about 76, close to 80 grand. It'd be really cool to have this up to $100,000 portfolio because then I can kind of just match it, right? I can have the two of them grow together. The goal for the year was a 500K challenge. I need to update this. So let's go Canva. $84,404 is right now. Okay, that should have updated it. Yep, perfect. So I like STLA. That's definitely something to take a look at. Mm, 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 mm. If I pass 500K, do I have plans for the Delta? No. I don't make plans for what happens after the target. Right now, guys, what I've done is broken up the year into 2 month segments. So I have till the end of February to take 50 to 100,000. I've got to the end of March to go from 100,000 um, to 200,000. I've got the end of May to go 200,000 to 300,000. End of July, 300,000 to 400,000, and then September. Uh, by the end of September, 500,000. Now that does leave me leg room, right? I'm not locked in. I've got some time. So what is a realistic goal for someone who can only start with 1,000? I started last year with 22,000 or 2,200. So I started with $2,200 last year and was able to turn into 500 or into 50,000. I think that that's probably a little far reaching. I think if you can aim for just beating the market. So we take a look at, let's pull up the SPY here. So let's pull up the SPY over a year, okay? So last January 331, it's 375 right now. So let's do okay. Uh yeah, the SPY is showing itself at about 13 and a half. So, Bajet, thanks so much for follow. Let me know how you found the stream and what it is you're trading. Um, it's unlikely the market will go up 100+% again. On the year, it did not. Purple Aki, what's up, man? Doing well. Ride sharing company in Canada, not interested. Not enough of a market. Anytime that somebody says we're breaking into Canada, it's 30 million people. It's the size of California. I'm not worried about it. I'm definitely not. Yeah, I mean, my opinion is that the market is going to be a bull market this year. So, will it beat 13%? Absolutely. Uh, yeah, absolutely. I think the market will definitely beat 13% this year. Um, but that's the target that you guys got to aim, right? So, this is one of the reasons why I love tip ranks. Is I can check my performance against the SPY every month, and as long as I'm kicking the crap out of the SPY, I'm doing all right. At some point, you're going to have Are you, at some point you are going to have to withdraw funds out of your account for paying taxes on your profits. A lot of traders who think themselves geniuses will lose their pants in the future. So much liquidity, complete new but stocks. I want to give it a shot, so I hope to learn a bit. Again, guys, I cannot tout this reading list to you guys enough. These books were instrumental in creating my methodology. Now, everybody needs to go there and create their own trading style. You should never try to trade just like someone else. So for me, I'm a qualitative fundamental analysis trader. What that means is I trade people, headlines, and news, largely macro psychology. Um, yeah, I let my account worry about my taxes. There's in Canada you can have up to 250,000 in capital gains non-tax. So streaming on a Saturday from now on, Carrot. Every Saturday, 1 p.m., I'm going to come on and do my due diligence for the week ahead with everybody. Break down the book that I listened to for the week, break down some plays, thought processes, where I'm going, answer questions, just help people out. Probably go to around 4 every day, every Saturday. So 1 to 4. Um, Adam Jit, thanks for the follow, man. Let me know how you found the stream and what it is you trade. Up to 250K, no taxes with help. In Canada, lifetime, you can claim 250,000 in capital gains tax free, and then after that, you are required to claim it. Now that includes property sales. That includes asset sales. That includes all kinds of stuff. It's not free capital gains per se, but I mean there are ways to go about that as well. I do have an RDSP, so I am diagnosed PTSD. I do have a disability savings plan through the government that I can lock funds into tax free. I do have an RSP that I can. There's TFSA that I can lock things into. So there's lots of ways to keep my money fine. It's just about that life, right? Now, what do I do as far as paying taxes on 500 grand when I hit 500 grand? Well, I'll worry about that when I get there. Uh, right. Step one is get to 500,000. I'll worry about paying taxes on it once I get there. I'm not going to sweat that till then. What's up, Madman Yuri? Okay, so news, guys. We're looking for news on events that are coming up in the week ahead. Uh, I think you're going to be fine on DGLY. When's the expiry on the DGLY? Yeah, don't we all, Adam? Don't we all wish we had been a little bit more active with trading back in March? For March, you'll be fine. Yeah. I don't know that I would hold them too long though, Carrot. But yeah. No, you guys are never gonna get a recommendation from me as to what you should or should not invest in. That's your job. You should go out there and do that work and figure that out. I'm teaching you guys how to go out and do that. So yeah, that's what I was getting to, guys. Qualitative fundamental analysis. What I do, how I trade the market is I look at headlines, I look at news, I look at what large groups of people are doing, I look at social media, and I make trades based off of what I see happening there. There's lots of different traders out there. There are technical analysis where they look at charts. You've got quantitative fundamental analysis where they're looking at the business, they're looking at the dollar lines and whatnot. Have you seen BTW and two has been announced? I've seen it announced. I haven't seen the ticker. It's not tradable, so I'm not worried about it. Yeah, you and me both, Carrot. I've got heading into next week. I've got about 20. Well, yeah, 24 grand in DGLY at 296 heading into next week. So if I can get a nice little pop to $4, would be awesome. That's a great question. Exits. How do you do your exits? For me, I usually have a target price that I think it's gonna go to. But I never let that set in stone. I've been really, really good about um taking gains when and where I can. Yeah, there's 8,000 shares in there. Of DGLY. Yeah, so with LAC, the unfortunate thing with that is the BLM headquarters are on the West Coast, so it just didn't come out before the market closed. On a long weekend, guys, I think the traders pissed off. They just left. And then that news dropped, and there was a little bit of after hours trading. It did go up to 24 after closing at 20. However, I think Monday on the Canadian market is going to be a fairly good indicator of where we can expect the price to go in the US market, and then pre market action on it as well. So, had an interesting conversation with my friends about this the other day. They think it's worth buying for its current infrastructure and growth. So, this would not be one that I actually dive into. Infrastructure and growth doesn't really matter to me. I do like the play though. Ouch, carrot. Yeah, I was still in it. I got back in. I got out again. Uh, For 5G, I prefer T-Mobile. Um, Here's TA over the year. Let's look at the 5 year. Yeah, this isn't at 5 year highs, but it's pretty high. I don't know that this is the best play for me. Um, yeah, not a huge fan, which is great because you're always going to have traders that agree to disagree. There's some people that see a play in something, and I am completely wrong, and as a result, I miss out on plays, and that's cool, right? Every weekend, guys. I will be here every weekend, every Saturday, 1 o'clock, planning out my week ahead, what the plays are, breaking down earnings. That's another thing that we haven't done yet is we got to look at the biofarm calendar for the weekend, see if there's anything coming up. Yeah, there's always going to be another play, guys. Always going to be another play. All right, let's check out the FDA calendar here. PDUFAs, I don't see. Oh, January 20th. Merck has one. March, February, March, February, January 22nd. That may be a potential play. Hmm. What is the latest news on AUF? It's actually come down quite nicely here. November, they fell on news that the voclosporin wasn't working. This is lupus. Where did that go? I just had it up. I haven't seen Selb. Lately, Bio, I've just been trading off the calendar. All right, I like this play, so let's put that in here. AUPH PDUFA ruling due 22nd. What else do we have? What site do I use? Biofarm Catalyst is the site that I use. Yeah, that doesn't matter to me. Um, the calendar is everything. Anything phase three and up, I'm interested in. Anything sooner than phase three, I'm not interested in. These dates, if there's not a date on it, I'm not particularly interested. I'm more interested when there's a specific date there. So First quarter 2020 is a. All right. That's the only play I see there. So we've gone through earnings. We've gone through the Biofarm Catalyst. I don't use insider activity. No. That's something that Redemption I played around with a little bit last year. It just it never really grabbed me as a big gainer for me. If I was doing long holds into something and I saw a lot of insider activity, then that's one thing. But do I follow development on Neuralink? No, I don't. Hi. Oh, you're chilly. Did you play outside? Here's a little dude. Show everybody your goose egg. Say hi. Got a big old bump on his head there. Say hi, everybody. Yeah, you got a bump on your head, huh? Um, Brumstool, I did. So I've been in digital marketing for over a decade. After last year, I had started transitioning into public speaking as a leader in the industry. I traveled the world, spoke in France, spoke in the US, spoke in Canada, spoke in South Africa. No, this is a little dress shirt that he's in. Um, but yeah, I spoke all around the world, teaching people. Did a lot of tutorials online. Um, but when COVID hit, that speaking sector just kind of died, and so I had to make it. That yeah, that's me. I had to make a transition out of digital marketing, social media for the year, or at least public speaking. There are a couple of clients. There's two or three clients that I am going to continue working with and for, but beyond that, I'm all about done. I'm going to be doing this pretty much full time. Given the success rate that I've had, I'm fairly confident that I can make a long run of this. Yeah, I was a consultant for over a decade. I am looking to continue with the clients that I really love, but strategies for avoiding FOMO: find your own damn plays. Broomstool, thanks for following, man. Much appreciated. How did you find it? Us, by the way, Broomstool. What's going on with Waiter? We wait. Waiter, we wait. Waiter's an earnings play. Or potential acquisition from DoorDash. DoorDash had really solid numbers. So a potential acquisition is available there, but Twitch recommendations, sweet. So I love hearing that. I love hearing that I'm showing up in some Twitch recommendations for folks. That's great. But yeah, find your own place, guys. How do you beat FOMO? Find your own place. I every day I'll show you guys here. I'll open up my so every day I open up these scanners, okay? And what's on these scanners is in the top left is unusual volume. So anything that's really out of check with its average volume shows up in this top left, okay? On the top right, percent gainers daily. In the bottom left, most active stock. So this is total volume, not in comparison to the average volume. This is total volume, either bought or sold. And last but not least, in the bottom right are the biggest losers. Okay, with FOMO, FOMO would be me looking at this and going, "Oh crap! Look at this! It's way up. I should get in on it." Eh. What I'm doing here is recognizing, am I seeing a trait that is a similar trend in the positive stock? So if I look at this right now, it's CHRA, which is Chara Solutions, Atlantic Power, Sensonics Holdings, Steel, Software Tech, Berentix, Cap Senior Living. This is interesting. Trio Tech, Barnwell. So what I'm recognizing here is that a lot of these gainers are tech sector, which isn't surprising given that we had CES last week, right? But what you'll see is what I'm looking for is commonality in sectors based off of the top gaining stocks, and then I would make my plays off of that. News tomorrow for CCIV. Yeah, we traded CCIV earlier, got in, got out. What app is this? This is the TD Advanced Dashboard. So if you're in Canada and you have a TD Canada Trust account, this will be the trading dashboard that you use. It's very, very similar to Thinkorswim in the States. She blew me. Um, Thanks for swinging through, though. She blew me. Glad to have you here. Yeah. So for those of you that are new, I'll just throw that out there. I am on here live every day from 9 a.m. until usually around 11. Sometimes I go longer, but 9 to 11 I do market open every day here. Um, Yeah, this is not an app. This is a desktop software. It's a trading dashboard. Zachler, thanks for the follow, man. How did you find the stream and what do you trade? But yeah, Monday through Friday, guys, 9 a.m. to 11. I'm here. I'll do a live stream as well. Saturday, 1 o'clock till around 4. I do a weekly recap, due diligence for the week ahead, and seeing what's going on. GM's coming back to Canada. London doesn't care about lockdown orders. Nothing boring about index funds if you're green on them, man. Tilray, IPOE, Palantir. I don't dislike any of those. Did you see the enhanced calendar on the FDA site? I did not. Let me take a look. This is FDA tracker. This isn't the FDA site. But I have seen this one before. $30 a month. If I was more committed and focused on just bio this year, this might be a tool. This might be a tool I consider using. Split it with me. Um, the reality is, Biofarm Catalyst gives you the next 50 events for free, which is all I really need to trade off of. I'm not looking to trade more than that. Biofarm literally only moves on news, so if you're just ahead of the news by a day, that's enough. Also, that website looks super sketchy. I don't know that I would ever give it a credit card. All right, guys, chit chat among yourselves. I will be right back. I just need to use the washroom. I'll be right back. Okay. What do I think about Facebook? I think that Facebook's in for a rough ride. Um, there's bipartisan support for reworking Section 230, and I think that we see something goes there. Chit chat. I'm taking a bath. What are we drinking today? Drinking water. Why would you buy an OTC? I own several OTCs. They are high risk, extremely high risk, high reward. Um, for me, it's the week before. Jabo, I think it's going to be tough to say. We'll have. I can't really make a verdict on that until I see what Biden's stimulus looks like. Once I know what Biden's stimulus looks like, then I can actually get down to work on um, what size stocks are going to do well, what's not going to do well. Uh, he announced it, but announcing it, I actually go into the bill and read the bill when it's presented. What subscriptions do you have that you think are worth it? Tip ranks? This is worth it. This site is worth it. Uh, Feedly. So you guys have seen it in the past. This link can't see it because my face is there. This extension here is a custom RSS feed reader. I highly recommend you get a tool like it, if not specifically that one. The advantage to this one would be, let's say that I want to know every time news about Peter Thiel comes up, right? Um, You read all 55,000 pages of that pork stimulus bill in 3 hours. I read, it was 5,500 pages on the last CARES Act, and yeah, I read it in about 3 hours. Snowflake gifting that sub. Thank you so much, man. Greatly appreciate that. Um, yeah. So the cool thing with this is, pick a company. You guys pick it. Whatever company you want. Throw it out, right? Let's say we are considering trading whatever the first company is, Exxon. Okay, we want to trade Exxon. So I type in Exxon, I go to news. I want to know all the latest news on Exxon as it happens. So I go down here and I create an alert. Okay. Carb Daddy 2000, thanks so much for the follow, man. Let me know how you found the channel and what it is that you trade. Did it help you? Absolutely, it helped me. We made a ton of plays off of that. It was definitely worth it. Um, Made a lot of money off of that. All right, so what you guys will see here now is I have got this alert set up on Google. Anybody can do this, right? So what's so special about this tool? What I can do is I can actually go create an alert, show options. I want this as it happens everywhere. Blogs, news, web, finance, all of it, okay? Um, I should read the next one on stream. I'm pretty sure people would go to sleep. If you guys want, I could definitely do it. I just think that for the most part, people get bored to crap. I restrict this to the US. Only the best results. I want all the results. I don't want Google deciding for me what the best results or the worst results are. And I want to select RSS feed. Okay, so these are the setups that I have on this. So as it happens, automatic. So everything on the internet, English, United States, all results, RSS feed. Okay, I create an alert. Now this tool that I have up here, when I open up this RSS feed, it pops open this window. This is a feed. I subscribe, right? So now what will happen is when I open this up, I can actually go down into Exxon, and you guys can't see this, but right here there is a window on this extension that lets me look at all the latest news for Exxon, market snapshots. And, I think actually if I go to edit, this has a like an extended, yeah. So you guys will be able to see this. So this is kind of what the drop-down menu looks like. Yes, they did. Yeah, the U.S. gave away a large amount of money to foreign governments. That is a thing that happened. Guess I can tidy this up while I'm in here, right? Don't use this. Don't use this. Don't actually care about Excel, so we'll get rid of that. You can set additional parameters. Yeah, you can tell it where you want to send notifications and what do you want it to do and yada yada yada. There's some minor adjustments to it, but this one is definitely worth it. If you have a team, you can use it as well. For XYZ company, but it happens right inside my browser. So I actually look up here throughout the day and sorry, let me go back over here. I look up here throughout the day and you'll see this little RSS feed symbol. It will pop up like a little logo that says, yep, there's a new article somewhere in one of the search parameters that you've set up. So this costs me like $8 a month, but I found this to be a very, very useful tool in the past. That would be something that I highly recommend. TipRanks is something I highly recommend. Another tool that I like to use when we're trying to figure out what's going on in the market, nobody knows what's happening, is TalkWalker. This tool is extremely expensive though, guys. So I love having access to this tool. This is one of the tools that I use as a digital marketing consultant. I don't really, I mean, if you've got 20 grand, well, then you can grab this tool. But yeah. So what's cool about this one, guys, is it doesn't just scan text and images. It also scans video content for search results. So if I wanted to know, okay, who has earnings coming up, right? Um, Netflix, right? I want to know about Netflix. What's up, Gosu? So what this does, guys, is it generates results for a whole bunch of different things. It lets me know areas, countries, regions, etc. Now I am going to go here. I want to set this to North America, specifically the United States. So I've told it, okay, I only want results from the United States. Demographics, age. I could select a variety of those if I wanted. Demographics by gender, interests, occupations. Occupations might be an interesting one. Sort by financial analyst. It is very expensive. This is one of the tools. Talkwalker was a sponsor for several of the speaking engagements that I did, and as a result, they gave me lifetime access to their tool. So it's pretty cool. Did you buy any bingo last week? I did not. I did not buy bingo. Did not play it. Did not. So what I've got here now, guys, are just financial analysts. So this is showing me financial analyst results from the United States for the past 13 months. Let's make it for the past month, okay? Past 30 days. It has a sentiment indicator right here. So what we see is that there's an increasing bullish sentiment from these financial analysts on this. Top 3 stocks for 2021. I'm playing it week by week. If I had to pick winners for the year, I think we are way too early in the year to pick the top winner for the year. So what we're seeing is there's a lot of bullish sentiment on Netflix. One of the things that we can look at here are top themes. So this is a word cloud. Those of you've probably seen this somewhere at some point, but this is just giving you a breakdown of kind of what's on there, what are you seeing. So Cobra Kai's on here, The Office is on here, Bring Back Kingdom, Disney, Amazon, influencers talking about it. This could be relevant. So these are some financial analysts that have weighed in on it that may be worth. I always have it sorted by engagement, but you can do it by reach. You can do it by engagement per mention. This is 20K a year, yeah. And it's worth it. It's worth every penny. So what's kind of cool here is you see this top identified objects. This is kind of cool because what this does, so this is saying, okay, share of content. Of the content that it scanned that it found Netflix in, 43% contain images, 56% contain video. Inside the video, it's identifying products that had a Netflix logo on it somewhere, and it's saying that okay, it's saying within the images or videos, these are the things that are most often found. So person, tie, laptop, chair, couch, cell phone, car, bowl, bottle, boat. Now that may seem irrelevant to some people, but this is telling me that there's a lot of people that are rocking the Netflix on their laptop, right? So if you're somebody that works for yeah, it's very similar to Palantir's data scraping. It's the same kind of thing. It is data crack. If you work in digital marketing, guys, you'd love this tool. You'd love it. There are applications for the market as well, but by the way, if you haven't watched this Japanese X-Men, I had a friggin' blast with it. This thing was amazing. It was really well done. Anyway, but yeah, Talkwalker is a tool that I highly recommend as well. Beyond that, I don't really have paid subscriptions to anything. Seeking Alpha, I think the free service is enough. I don't think you need to go to paid service for it. Really, Biofarm Catalyst, you don't need to pay for it. I think you get enough out of it with the free. Earnings Whispers, same thing. This is all free. You don't need anything else for this, so I wouldn't necessarily pay for Earnings Whispers. Okay. So this is DGLY news that is important. DGLY is my largest cash position, 24 grand in there. So law enforcement officials geared up for pro-Trump marches in all 50 state capitals this weekend. Yeah, DGLY. Erecting barriers and deploying thousands of National Guard troops to try to prevent the kind of violent attack that rattled the nation on January 6th. FBI warned police agencies of possible armed protests outside all 50 Capitol buildings, starting Saturday through the inauguration on the 20th, fueled by supporters of Trump. who believe is false claims of electoral fraud. Yeah, Digital Ally. So, guys, Digital Ally, all throughout the year as protests and riots have happened, DGLY has pumped. Let's open up the. Okay, so here's DGLY over the last 5 years, guys. Let's go back to just the past 30 days. So here's the Capitol Hill, guys, on the 6th. Massive spike up to, I think the high was 4. Yeah, but $4 it went up to. So it shot from sub 3 to 4. It's holding 3 right now. What's up, skinny guy? What price did I get in on it? Let's check the historical orders. I got in. That was the 6th, we said, right? I got in at 269, and I got out at 370. And it was about a 45-minute trade. So, like 35% in 45 minutes. This is TD Advanced Dashboard. No, it's not a long term. No. This is just being held into the election on the high likelihood that we see riots, protests, etc. So the two catalysts, the two big catalysts that I think that we have, guys, are Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I suspect that there will be a BLM protest or string of protests. I don't really do options. I mostly swing trade. Yeah, go to it's something along those lines. I don't know if it'll double, but something along those lines. Now, if it does go to 5 or 6, great. I'll have broken through my first threshold for the year, so that'll be fantastic. But I think it's a really solid play through the week. That reminds me, though, that was one of the things that we were supposed to be doing here, guys. I kind of get distracted because there's so much going on, but this is important for me to read. So who here has heard of the Batman quandary or the Batman? What do they call that when you got a uh crap? What do they call that? Like the chicken and an egg, chicken and the egg conundrum. Is it called conundrum? What do we call it? What do we call it? What do we call it? I think what NNDM. I don't have top of my head. I'd have to break it up and look at it. But for me, guys, with these riots and stuff, um, paradox kind of. Um, okay, so what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Egg came first, obviously. Um, I guess that depends on how you define a chicken, right? But yeah, so the chicken and egg scenario is which one causes the other one first? Yeah, what laid the egg? Okay, but what hatched out of the egg to make the chicken? Okay, so like it just keeps that is supposed to be that mental back and forth of like what laid the egg though. Okay, so same thing applies, guys. We're looking at chicken and the egg here. Same thing applies over here. Lucky IPA, thanks so much for the follow, man. Let me know how you found the channel and what it is you trade. A dinosaur egg. Okay, so the same thing with the protests. What came first? The protests or the overbearing state law enforcement, right? Is the increased presence of law. Well, right, but the protesters would say that the overreaching law enforcement, is what caused the protests. That's what a protester would say. Skinny A, thanks so much for the follow. So it's like, okay, and this is where I call it the Batman conundrum, right? So in Batman, did Joker create Batman, or did Batman create Joker? I'm Canadian. I didn't vote for either. I'm Canadian. I didn't vote for either of them, and I definitely didn't vote for Trudeau. Yeah. So, guys, with this, that question of did Batman create the Joker, or did Joker create the Batman? Nice, Saki. So the thing with the comic books is before Batman came to Gotham, supervillains didn't exist there. They just weren't there. Yeah, these are all comic books that I collect. I used to have a comic book auction online that I did. So this is all kinds of stuff. Um, yeah, man, I love it. Oh, coffee. Yeah, this is really strong. I don't know who made that one. Is this more of that? Okay, thank you. Oh, that is also really strong.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, though. I'll mix it. I'll water it. Do you have music on this? Because if you've got music on this, I have to. Yeah, I've had that one. I've sold that one. Nice. That's nice. Oh, go back to the start. Yeah, first Punisher. I've sold that. Yeah, I've sold that. I've sold a 180 and a 181. What do you have on this? 7.5? 7. Nice. This is first Black Bolt. First Inhumans. First Deadpool. Pure Ghost, you thanks so much for the follow, man. First Adam Warlock. How do you get them graded? You send them to CGC. Yeah, AMS 300. Yeah, there's the 180, right? So this is the contested first Wolverine. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. Early X-Men. Nice. Werewolf by Night. Is that the first Moon Knight? That's got to be first Moon Knight, right? Yeah. First Ghost Rider? No. What is this? First. That's sick, man. What else we got? Submariner. Love that. I've sold that one, I think. Nice. Who's it signed by? Yeah, first Ghost Rider. That's in really nice shape. Stanley signature. That's gonna be worth a fortune. Yeah, I've sold this. That's his first. That's his first in his own titled book. That's not. That's not his first appearance, but that one is still a nice grab. Hobgoblin, very cool. Old CGC slab too. That's a nice thing to have. Electro, beauty, beauty. Yeah. Wow, that's really nice condition on that too. Really nice condition. Ah, Silver Surfer, love it. That's a nice grade too. 9.2. That's not bad on that. Oh, you got two of them. Nice. It's always nice when you got doubles and you can keep them. Three of them. Yeah, man, oh man. Even when they get around to, yeah, Galactus. This cover is one of my all-time favorite comic book covers too. More Silver Surfer goodness. Thor, love it. Nicholas 22,000. Thanks so much for following, man. Let me know how you found it. Yeah, very nice. Some Thor stuff. More Fantastic Four. More Submariner. Seen some AMS. Carnage. Yep, I've sold that. Hulk Fantastic Four. Nice. Mephisto. Love it. That's such a cool cover. Such a cool cover. Yeah, first Gambit. I know that one. I've sold that one. I'm already in iPix. I'm already in iPix. I've been in iPix for a year. All right, what do I got? I got a bunch of goodies, but I'll show you guys a couple. Couple of my favorites. Yeah, we'll do those ones. Let's do. Yeah, we'll do those. Uh, those. That. Okay, that's good enough. Well, I'll show you guys these ones and then we'll get back to work. This is me getting distracted, but and Dylan14, thanks so much for the follow, man. I got some stuff. I'll show you guys some stuff here. Let's go. This transform fit to screen. Okay. Okay. So you got the ASM 300. I've got the Secret Wars 8 at a 9.2. This is the first black suit. For those of you that know Campbell, ASM 1.4. This is the Canadian variant, so MJ with the maple leaf. That's a 9.8. I've got a 9.6 in the sketch variant as well. I really like that one. 9.8 signature series. Jace got Campbell again. Signed. Beautiful. Love it. Jim Lee. All you Jim Lee fans out there. So this one's the Jim Lee cover. This one's the Snyder cover. Or Capullo, sorry. Moonlight, number 1, 9.8, signed. This is a sick Alex Ross. AMS, number 1, Alex Ross variant. 9.8. And a 9.6 sketch variant. And then Thundercats #1. This one's in really good condition. I should really send this off uh, to CGC. And then I'm a huge Alex Ross fan. He's by far my favorite comic artist. This is actually his first cover that he ever did. Was Terminator: The Burning Earth. Very hard to find, but that's there too. So those are just some of them. I got a bunch of great Captain America stuff. You'll see the very first Cap issues there. I've got an Iron Man #1 around here somewhere. Lots of goodies. Boxes and boxes and boxes of goodies. Um, so there's like 2 long boxes down here to my left. There's an entire shelf of comics over here. There's another 2 long boxes down there. Another long box down there. What do you think of Magic the Gathering's investments? I don't. That's one thing that I never got into. I've got a lot of older stuff too, but that's not readily available. What do they actually fetch? So I did an online comic auction for a little over a year, and I was able to make about 15 grand profit in the year. Yeah, so about $15,000 in a year off of it, which wasn't bad for like a side hustle. Um, I definitely could have done it a little bit more actively. I maybe. Stocks are a more immediate return for sure. But yeah, let's get back on to DD for the week here, guys. Um, so this is an article that they put out every week, guys. It's called the Catalyst Watch. Have you traded any semiconductors? Not that I recall. I like DGLY over OLN. Um, so this is kind of a cool thing here. They put it out every week, and it's just some quick, easy due diligence for you to give you some ideas of things that you would have otherwise missed. So here's Arena Pharmaceuticals. We already tagged this one. Fuel Cell as well on the dip. These are 2 plays that we had already considered for the week. BlackBerry I haven't considered. I think that's due to come back down. Gambling play potentially. Jam F could see some downwards movement. Um, Okay, I'm not seeing anything massive there. GME is one that I played up when it was down at $8. It's done quite well. I think it's overpriced though, where it is. Just my opinion on it. Okay. Yeah, potentially. Uh, the reason why they had value is because they had enough cash on hand to buy the company twice over, which is why I initially got in on the investment. I couldn't tell you why the hype from Wall Street Bets. I don't know what their deal is with it, but okay. So potential plays for the week. DGLY we're already in. THCX may be one that I look to enter, depending on what LAC does pre-market. LAC is one to watch for sure. Fuel Cell, STLA, and off, I think, are the plays I'm going to do. I should break this down by day, though. So let's go Monday. Watch LAC on TSX. Tuesday, exit LAC. Yeah, yeah, I could see that. Exit LAC. Wednesday is the inauguration. Excuse me. I'm not a huge fan of gold and silver. Um, yeah, precious minerals are not something that I'm a big fan of. Thursday, look for exit on fuel cell. Friday, look for exit on APH. Thornley 7, thank you so much for the fall, man. Let me know how you found the stream and what it is you trade. I think that's it for the week, guys. I think that's the plan. So LAC, THCX, SNDL. What?
I got here late. What'd I miss?
All of it.
I tried to look up that I didn't know that the unknown market wizards thing was from Jack Schwager or whatever.
Yeah. Bitcoin I don't own. I have traded Mara in the past. I think anybody is okay to hedge in whatever way that they want. Simply because I'm putting my growth portfolio together for the year. Like I'm looking to grow 50K to 500K. I can't really be taking long-term hedges like that. I don't have that ability. I really need to focus on using my capital that I have available for growth. All right, there's that. Okay, water, coffee. I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
That's funny. Like, I guess you could say we're kind of associated with him. You know what I mean?
I don't play. I don't play Canadian market. I don't play dividend stocks. So I guess it's hard for me to have favorites. Do I have a separate long-term portfolio? No. No. What you see is what I got. Oh, nice. Yeah, that would make sense. So if you do follow Stock Guy and you're ever on his morning call, you will hear Redemption and myself on that call. Typically, I do. I go right after Stock Guy.
I told him I was just like, yeah, that's funny because I guess you could say we're loosely associated with TSG. So
Yeah. Do I have plans to set up a long-term portfolio for 500K? Probably not. um, yeah, probably not. I just my style of trading works really well on a different time scale. And given the time that I'm willing to put into the market and work this like a job, there's no need for me to set up a long-term hold portfolio. Now, if ever comes the day that I get tired of it, US. If ever I get tired of this, then maybe, but that probably won't be for a while. Full-time investor, yeah, I would say I guess I qualify as a full-time investor at this point. I spend about 14 hours, anywhere from 10 to 14 hours a day looking at the market. Colonel sounds like corpse husband. I'm not sure what that means. 500K US or Canadian US. Holy moly, we're going from 500K to 5 mil. Maybe. Sooner or later, you're going to have to start chunking in and out of stocks with the amount of capital you're using or holding more positions is the other option. Yeah, I mean, if I have excess funds that are kind of just kicking around, I may just put them in the SPY until I find a play that I want to put them in. What's up, GXO? Do I like any Canadian companies? LAC and BlackBerry would be the only two. What is off? Off is the bio stock that has its PDUFA due on Friday. I'm going to go to news here and just scan news. If you guys have tickers you want me to look at, throw them out now. Now's probably the best time to do it. I'll open the notepad. And I'm more than happy to go through tickers that you guys want to look at just before I get out of here. And then DM.
So Market Wizards is a relatively new book, so TPL doesn't have it on their online library.
Just it was $9 or whatever with Audible. It was worth it. It was a fantastic read. I read Peter Lynch's book today. One Up on Wall Street. It was another good one. SWI. All right, I'm going to get going on these tickers, guys. If you have more tickers that you want to look at, just throw them out in chat, and I'll add them to the bottom of the list, and I'll try to get through all of these before we finish up here today. Nano Dimension, guys, this had a crazy run from the March 88 to 10 now. NNDM, flagship product, Dragonfly, lights out digital manufacturing, multi-layer circuit boards, antennas, Dragonfly and Switch software managed design, file, and printing process. So, do I see opportunity in this stock? Absolutely. with drones being something that is being discussed and custom printing on electronics. It is a bit memey, but overall, I have not. It's on my reading list, The Intelligent Investor. That is one that I'm looking to read. I don't hate it. If we go to StockTwits, let's see what we got there. That book is the opposite of my style. Well, I mean, I can't agree with every single book I read. I'm not going to just read the ones that agree with my style. I'm sure I can glean something from it. Yeah, no phase three, no interest. How many people are watching this thing? 38,000. Yeah, this is a little bit memey for me. Let's go to tip ranks and take a look at it, see what the analysts have on it. No analysts on it. I personally wouldn't play this one. I personally wouldn't trade this one. But there are no analysts on it. It's out of Israel. There's a couple of things that just don't kind of sit right with me. I'm not saying it's a bad play. It's not one that it's not turning my crank. You know what I mean? KOPN. Copen Corporation. Uh, who put Copen in here? This is a new ticker. I'm not familiar with this one. SNK 22. I do like this one. Um, I'd have to do more deep diving into it, but I do like the concept. AR, AI, VR are going to just become more and more prevalent. Uh, and there's definitely military application possible for this. What was their last earnings like? We'll read the earnings transcript here. Copen 350 is the target on it, so there's a slight upside. It only has the two analysts on it, though. 200 people watching it. Oh, that's KOP. Mochi Girl, thanks so much for the follow. How did you find the stream, and what do you trade? Copen. Only 5,000 on this, so this hasn't really pumped. It's got green sentiment. So let's go to the earnings call then. All right. Blah 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 blah. Revenue increase. Blah blah blah. Ecosystem. Blah blah blah. AR. Micro displays. Blah 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 blah. Financials, blah, blah, blah. Military side. I'm curious, you talked about, John, you mentioned the potential for 3 products in production and 3 systems in production next year, in addition to the 2 you have going now. So can you give us a sense of what you think? I recognize that these programs would build over time, but what you think of the revenue opportunity on the military side is in next year, kind of on a quarterly basis? Wow, 80 to 100 million off of government contracts. Hmm. You don't see that 80 to 100 million until 3 to 4 years out. I think this one would fall more under a long-term hold, to be honest. I don't hate it though. I don't hate it. All right, Cura. Italian Met, no massive news. Okay, so this is an oncology. Let's take a look at their pipeline. Guys, whenever you do a biostock, first thing you do is head over to their website, take a good sharp look at their pipeline. If they don't have a pipeline, get out, run. Halfway through phase 2, headed for phase 3. Tip Barnab. I don't trade it unless I think that this is imminent. They're projecting losses for the next 2 years. This may be a short play, but if you're looking at this to the long side, I'm not a fan. EH. Okay, guys, it is the year of the bull. China is now the US's ally again, so I have to look at Chinese stocks. I can't just discard them. This thing has run from 11 to damn near 50, over 40 anyway. Autonomous aerial vehicles in the People's Republic of China, Europe, North America. Okay. Passenger grade AAVs. So they're using this for firefighting?
I remember there's certain conditions where these drones are ineffective, especially in windy conditions and the payload that they have to carry. And water's kind of heavy.
What are we gonna do when the big drop comes again in March? The same thing I did last year in February, just before March happened, and that's liquidate and hold for a buy the dip. Um, but everybody's got to come up with their own strategy. I know there's a lot of people that are waiting for the market to drop and are looking to take sizable positions in shorts. I will not short it on the way down. I will instead just take it out of the market and look for potential long-term holds alongside winners during the chaos. They obtained the first permit for flight operations of passenger grade AAVs in North America. It's in Quebec that they got that. Air ambulances. They're forecasting 120% growth year over year. Heyo. Yeah, there's no guarantee that March is going to do anything. We are still waiting on COVID-21. There's a high likelihood we see a completely new strain of COVID next year, and ongoing. So, I
I
mean,
mean, we already talked about UK variants, North America variants, China variants. Like, come on.
Brazil, South Africa, like there's okay. My biggest issue with this is, and I still have a hard time with this, is believing these numbers. I will not be taking the vaccine. I work from home. We homeschool all of our kids. My wife doesn't have a job outside the home. She cares for the home and does the schooling for the kids. So we're kind of quarantined anyway. But yeah, no, we won't be taking the vaccine in my house. No. But we've got friends that are military. We've got friends that work in RPNs. They will be taking vaccines. They will be taking. My parents are immunocompromised. Haven't been able to leave the house in over a year. They will be taking the vaccine. My grandmother, who's 97, 98, she'll be taking the vaccine. Yeah, so I as with financial advice, I highly recommend I highly recommend that you make your own decision. Do your own due diligence, come to your own decision. Don't advocate for other people to be doing anything with it. That's all. Uh, I've been watching all the vaccines, the testing, the red tape, all of that. So uh, those over 80 have been cautioned. She's been ready to kick the bucket for a good long time. So if a vaccine takes her out, she'll be okay with that. But yeah, uh, I'm not giving my opinion out. Well, I'm giving my opinion on what I think of them. I'm letting you know what me and my family are doing, but it's up to you guys to make your own decisions. Please do your own due diligence. Come up with your own conclusion around it. I just won't be getting it. The hardest time I have with China stocks, guys, is there is no accountability on these numbers actually being accurate. No, they do. If you reach 100 anywhere in the Commonwealth, you get a letter from the Queen. Wait, her sister just died at 98. She almost made it there. My grandmother's sister. Oh, Jack Ma's still around. They know where he is. One thing I can say for certain guys, one actual advice that I can give you would be don't take advice, medical advice especially, from anybody on the internet. Actually, go see your physician and your medical professional and do your own damn research. But please don't take medical advice from anybody on the internet. Thanks. Um, Solar winds. I think this continues to go down. I think SWI is doomed. BW? Yeah, it totally can. Totally can. I think this continues to go down, guys. Once your brand is associated with failure, especially when it comes to cybersecurity. Expect to see your business continue to fail. It's Zombie. Thanks so much for the follow, man. Would love, absolutely love, to know how you found the stream and what it is you trade. Don't take advice from anyone. Period. Well, I'm not gonna say don't take advice from your physician. I would probably listen to your doctor. Um, and when I say listen, I not necessarily act on what your doctor has to say, but listen to your doctor. Can I look at Bus XF? Yeah.
You're always free to get a
Uh,
second opinion from another doctor too, by the way. So
yeah, I go in to see my personal physician every 5 years or so. They offer to stick me with a bunch of needles, and I usually decline. They offer to do a whole bunch of tests and tell me my BMI is off, and I tell them I appreciate that, but I have no desire to change my lifestyle off of BMI. Then they try to give me a bunch of tests that I reject, and then they give me their opinion on my health. So it's like, okay, day and swing trade options weekly. Okay, nice man, nice. Options trader. I trade mostly equity, but LLNW. Yep, sure. Um, okay, where are we here? Yeah, SWI guys, I think is doomed to continue falling. CIDM is one that I've looked at before. Cinedigm. Fuck. Um, Redemption brought this up on Friday. I'm not a huge fan of it. Like, it is what it is. Is there potential on this play? Yes. It's probably just not something to try.
significantly slower trader than Millennial.
Yeah, again, I am more inclined to trade a Chinese stock at this point than a Canadian stock. Yeah, but I'll listen to people that do it professionally. Again, listen and act upon are two very different things, right? I know when I go into my bank, the guy there knows that I am trading a portfolio. Cracker Boy, thanks so much for the follow, man. Let me know how you found the channel, what it is that you trade. Whenever I go into the Scotiabank, the guy knows that I trade, and he always tells me, "Oh, we're performing really well. We're up like 8% on the year on our funds. You should really come take a look." And
I
I
do not perform
listen.
this high.
I always listen to what he has to say. I don't just tell him to shut up and I do my own trading. I always listen to what he has to say, um, just on the basis of knowledge is never a bad thing. Knowledge isn't a bad thing to have. If people can give you an inside edge on something just by you listening, I'm okay to listen. Mutual fund fees underperform the market, which is my issue. When a banker tells me that his mutual fund is doing 8 to 9% on a year, and the SPY did 13 last year, I question why they didn't just put their fund directly into the SPY.
And they don't like to mention their fees too. They just say, "Yeah, we made 8%. How much do I keep?"
Yeah,
4.
yeah. Babcock and Wilcox. So this is a new one to me too. Power generation, I like it. Oh, this I don't like. Powered with coal. This is gonna be a uh-oh. Oh, they retrofit existing coal boilers. Okay, I see. Yeah, I mean, it's a green energy play. I don't hate it. It'll do well, probably. Yeah, yeah, and I mean, if you're a passive investor, I think the Dave Ramsey suggestion of just buy the SPY isn't terrible. Uh, Blood pressure is one that I check every time I'm at the shoppers, just because I like playing around with the machine. Uh, that chair that has the arm squeezing thing that you sit in. Whenever I go get my wife her prescriptions, I like to just sit in the machine and test the blood pressure. I like it best when it's not working. Huh? The yellow tape? Well, hun, obviously I'm not using it during COVID. You're a jerkhole. My wife's picking on me, guys. She's lucky she's so beautiful, I tell you. You what? Just 2 seconds, guys. I'll be right back.
Honestly, if you can fuck with them too. It's whenever they're suggesting like a mutual fund or something like that, just be like, "Oh, really? So you're you outperformed. Sorry, you did 8% this year, right? Okay. Um, what was the percentage gain on the SPY for this year?" And if they misquote you, they're doing something illegal. If they tell you something subpar, you're like, "Oh, okay, that's interesting." So SPY did 14% this year, and you did 8. So exactly how much of that 8% do I keep after your fees are taken away?
Yeah, I know. Simple. I hate. Not a big fan of that tool at all. You what, mate? I don't know what that means.
It's a it's a internet
Above
meme.
average redhead. What's up, redhead? Jinja, Jinja. Okay, so this is a SPAC. This is a PaySafe SPAC. I think it's run a good chunk. There's obviously gains still in this. If it came back down to 15, I'd probably take a look at it. But beyond that, not so much. Yeah, you definitely have to treat it like a business, guys. I wake up fairly early in the morning. Yeah, conversions are bad, fills are bad. Clover I like at the price point that it's at right now, especially I like Clover. We did trade Clover back when it was IPOC. I am a big fan of where Clover is right now. Excuse me. Yeah, down at 13, I like it. Crypto one sucks. Don't marry your trades. I got that rule. You don't like BFT. It's not that I don't like it. It's that I think that the milk is there, and I would look at it to come back down before I would go in to play it. Routine on a trading day. Wake up. Usually trade the market for about an hour. Not trade the market. Get ready for my due diligence. Um, I use TD Canada Trust. Their platform. My trading rules. Yeah, my trading rules are here. Um, Yeah, so wake up anywhere from 4 to 5:30. Usually spend about an hour in the market. Then my wife and I do coffee. I do Bible study with the family. Come back up, do the morning call with the Stock Eye community. Then I go live from 9 till 11. Um, After 11, I do lunch, and then I come back. Usually hang out with Martini and the gang there for the rest of the day. No, I don't use the Ameritrade platform. I use the TD Advanced dashboard. That's only available to Canadians. Um, yeah, and then I hang out with Martini until the end of the day when the market closes, and then usually I head out unless there's something that I need to check. So if there's a bill that comes out or there's something that I have to read, earnings, etc., I'll stick around for that. But otherwise, I'm done. And then I rinse and repeat on that Monday through Friday. Saturday is a work day for me. I don't take it off. Saturday I wake up a little bit later than normal. And then I listen to or read a stock related book. And then I pop on the stream here with you guys until about 4 o'clock. TD $10 trade fees. I get them for $7.99, and I don't mind paying $7.99. In terms of DGLY, Chicago just passed a bill mandating body cameras. How would I learn if that has any impact? It will most definitely have an impact. Do you have a link to that article, by the way? That'd be awesome. Trading rules. So my trading rules, half the position at 5. These I'm not following, but this I am following. All out at 10. No excuses. Yeah, I work Saturdays. I work Saturdays. Sundays I don't do any work. You guys will never see me on a Sunday. Letharntos with that follow. Sweet. Yeah, this is going to be good for DGLY. Rest of the trading rules, no FOMO, so I don't take any FOMO trades. Um, Trading journal daily, so sentiment psychology and trade tracking I put in my trading journal. Make sure that I've got sizing targets met. That's with the road to 500K that I have set out. Don't marry positions, so I don't get stuck with a position forever. I have to keep going. Trade reality, so don't trade what I think is going to happen. Instead, I should trade what will happen. Or what is happening, I should say. Um, Again, stick to your 2 month goals that I've got very clearly set out to hit the 500K target by the end of the year. You can't go broke taking a profit. That's a constant reminder to me that there's never a wrong time to take profits. And there's a lot of people out there that highly disagree with that, that they say you should hold for a specific amount of gains. If I make $10 on a play and can cover the cost of the commission on it, I'm okay with that. Green is green is green is green. Don't bet against major analysts. That's a new one. Stop listening to professionals. It's not my job to uh, listen to people that are, for example, Jim Cramer. I have no interest. I do better DD than Kramer does, so there's no need for me to do that. Rise early, work hard, take profits. Consider spin-offs. This came from a lot of these rules are getting added as I'm reading books, and then equity, equity, equity. I don't trade options. I am an equity trader. Okay, we had some other tickers that I said I was going to get through, so let's just make sure that I clear those out. So, uh, Bus X F, Grand West Transportation. This is an OTC. What do they do? Construction machinery and heavy trucks. Okay. I mean, this thing doesn't do a lot. It doesn't say a lot. It's OTC. I'd probably stay away from it. LLNW, Limelight Networks. This is a content delivery. This is like CIDM. It's not really of an interest to me. I'm glad it's interesting, man. Yeah, TA just is not something that I trade on. What would be the best stock for body cameras? AAXN is probably the best stock. DGLY would be the low floater, in my opinion. Hit you with a prime sub when it's available. Sweet. Appreciate that, SNK. I love it when you guys drop that sweet prime sub. You've got it available to give to whoever you want, so that I bring you guys enough value. You want to give it to me? That's awesome. Could be a good move for the next 4 years with Biden. Yeah, that's why I like DGLY, but I'm going to play it in and out. Yeah, yeah. Contrarian indicators I am a big fan of, and that is one that I look at. So it, a lot of the analysts out there that are publicly well known have a tendency to have terrible track records. One great example of that is we can go here, take a look at this guy. This is the guy at JP Morgan that's known for Nikola and fuel cell. His success rate is dog shit. His average return is dog shit. Um, 3% returns on last year, like just dog shit. But this is a professional, right? But if this guy says that he hates something, I love it. If this guy says he loves it, I hate it. So he loves Hewlett Packard. 200 out of 400 trades are successful. Like, yeah, I mean, fuel cell I got out, and that doesn't mean that I'm never going to trade it again. I am going to look to take an entry on fuel cell. Keep trading size amount the same. Don't go bigger when you think it's guaranteed. That's what kills you. I do have sizing up planned, but it is a planned part of the strategy. So you'll see that when I reach that 100,000 threshold, I am going to size up to $30,000 positions. And I have been doing that incrementally. I've been slowly growing towards that. So um, Um, what was it that I was coming over here to show you guys? I know that. Oh, yeah. So I am slowly sizing up. You'll see that instead of 15,000, I'm supposed to have three $15,000 positions based off of this strategy. What I've got are actually a 20,000, a 20,000, a 16,000, and a 12,000. So yeah, those are there. I am incrementally making my way towards having 20,000 holdings and eventually 30,000 holdings once I break through to 100,000. So um, I did decide, guys, that as I get closer, though, to that 500,000 mark, excuse me, um, mm, man, um, to just start managing more positions. So $40,000 positions would be the biggest one, and then managing those positions, more of them. So that'll be the way that I go. That's awesome, Twitch streams. I can't offer you advice when to profit take. You got to make that decision on yourself. Yeah, Kramer has a job. He will until the man dies. Only two open trades at a time. If you were trading TA options on weeklies, I could understand having two open trades. Do you ever find yourself having to remove things from your training rules because they were wrong? Yep. So you guys just saw me do that. There was a sizing out stop, so I'm not using that, so I removed it. Bruno Land, thanks so much for the follow, man. Much appreciated. How'd you find the stream, and what do you trade? What's this? That's from October. They're burning money faster than that. I don't know who Carl Benjamin is. Nice, man. Nice. I love seeing more and more people coming from Twitch recommended. That's very cool. Mostly growth companies for the founders, the CEO. Love it. So things like Tesla, Bitcoin, always good to see that happening. Yeah, I would agree. I think it's better for AMD for sure. HP's kind of in a rough place. Um, Sargon of Akkad. I don't know what that is. An anti-feminist YouTuber. Okay. I see the resemblance. The haircut and the beard are very similar. I don't blame you. Yep. Ebrun 2001. Thanks for the follow, man. What do you trade? How did you find the channel? Yeah, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole, ladies and gentlemen. Not going anywhere near that. Imagine in September you take a bank loan, go full 100x margin on Kraken, and then just go long Bitcoin 30k. Yeah, probably not going to do that. I'm really trying to stay off of margin whenever possible. If I see an absolutely massive play and I don't have the capital available, I will definitely do that. But can I hedge with the SHE ETF? Redemption, stop trolling. Stop it.
I can't help it.
Stop it. You know I don't trade ETFs. UVXY. I don't trade ETFs. Governments need to change. Bombs 35. Thanks so much for the follow, man. Let me know how you found the channel and what it is you trade. Russia news. What's the Russia news? This is the guy they tried to murk and survived. This is a dead man walking. Yeah, if you're a weekly options trader, I probably understand. Twitch recommends you. Awesome. Twitch is doing me a favor today. I guess there's not a lot of stock traders on Saturday, so that probably makes sense. Um, yeah, if you're a weekly options trader, UBXY is something that it's a regular part of what you do.
I try to not troll for this millennial, but what are you talking about, millennial? Plenty of people who tell me to come check out their course and stuff like that. They only ever seemingly seem to go live on weekends. I have no idea why that is.
I didn't know that Putin had Parkinson's. What I do know is that Putin has made it so that he is going to run that country until 2030. We got another decade of Putin, which is great stability for Russia, but it makes it interesting as far as negotiations with the U.S. Um, I love that there are people that are new to the chat. Again, guys, if you are new to trading and you're trying to figure things out, at least as an FA trader, I recommend this reading list. This is one of the recommendations that I can make. These books, everything that's on there is something that I have read personally and that I felt has helped me to craft my trading methodology. So Imagine having Trump for 10 more years. I'm not going to get into that, but yeah. There's something to be said about long-term stability at the head of the government. That's not me advocating for a position of Russia is right or China is right. But China can make plans for 30, 40, 50 years down the road because of the way that their leadership operates. And know that the leader is going to consistently work towards that target or goal, right? Whereas with the US, it's less like okay. So we've got target, target, goal, goal. This will be USA. This will be China. Okay. China, because it has a single leader with a single direction, it takes a straight line. I guess I can use the straight line tool for that, right? Yeah, let's do this. It does this to get to the goal. And it don't really deviate. It's a straight line. With the US, we'll say up and down. Up is let's go. This will be the D's and this will be the R's. Okay. This is what it looks like. Okay. Well, so we're coming out of Trump. We had 4 years of Trump. Yikes! What did that just do? Okay. This isn't the tool that I want. Let's just go to this. Okay. So we had 4 years of Trump, and we moved towards Republican ideals. And after 4 years, we switch back to Biden, and so he's got to slowly turn the curve. And it'll be a little bit sharper because he controls the whole government. But 2 years later, we're going to see this kind of go sideways because he's going to lose some of that control on midterm elections. And then we're going to head into the election season, and he's going to start to have to give way to Republican ideologies again to try to pick up some votes. And then we're going to see whatever. Next 4 years, we'll say he dies, Kamala Harris runs for office, she gets it, okay? So this will start to go back up again towards Democrat side. And then the Democrats lose because after 8 years of being in office, they sucked and kicked the bucket. And then we start to see it come back down towards the Republicans. And let's say it's Ivanka Trump. And Ivanka Trump pulls it back towards the Republican side, but she gets treated the same way as her father. And so it comes back down to the middle. And then we go back up around like this. And like we're already at 12 years, right? And then we kind of do this and it's just this constant like ebb and flow and this fighting back and forth doesn't ever really help you get towards the goal. Well, I suppose that would be it of like depending on where you see the goal. With China, this is the goal, right? With the Democrats and the Republicans, this is what they should be working towards is a mutually beneficial goal, but it's not. Where they set their target for the goal. So China, this is the beginning and this is the goal. With the US, it's split in two. That's the worst. With the US, it's split in two, and they actually set their goalposts here and here. If they were caring about the people, this would be the big deal, right? Over here. This should be the bullseye. This should be what they're aiming for is like, how do we help our country achieve what we want it to achieve? But instead, it's the political ideologies they're pushing towards. They see this as the target. And that's where the people always get left behind. How do I feel about lobbying? I'm fine with it. I don't really care. Yeah. So that's kind of it, guys. It's not really towards the betterment of the people one way or the other because it's about party ideology. instead. So, yeah, there that is. 10 minutes to 4. I think I have my trades outlined for the week. I can't remember anything else. Yeah. You're the only one on YouTube, Matt. Hooray! There's one guy hanging out over on YouTube. Attaboy, Matt. Proud of you. What is Palantir demoing? Damned if I know, man. Damned if I know. We can click the link and see. What is Palantir demoing? They're Foundry, Gotham, and Apollo platforms. Exit LAC. Yep. Yeah, I'll probably be looking to take games sometime on Tuesday. LAC. I don't know if I'm going to do it pre-market or during the day or 50% pre-market, 50% during the day or whatever. But we'll see what kind of movement it has Monday on the TSX. And then when markets open Tuesday, we'll make a play. Ethereum's looking nice to trade. Yeah, I was looking at Ethereum as far as the Grayscale Trust. I just don't like the premium on it. ETHE is the name of it. Yeah, I'll probably play LAC a few times over the next few years. They had mentioned that they need several environmental rights still, so. Later, RC back. I'll catch you Monday. Is there a way to invest in blockchain rather than coins? Probably. I just haven't done a ton of diving into that. SPACs have so much of my attention right now just because they're so beneficial. Mara and Riot, yeah. Mara and Riot are two. Mara I've played before. Where is Mara right now? Did it come back down? 22.39. Yeah. I'm not going to be surprised if Mara finishes the year on 40 or 50. All right, ladies and gents. I think we're coming to the end of it, so let's find somebody on Twitch to raid. Is there anybody else doing stocks and bonds?
Walk on oil on
every.
All right. Vertical spread basics, world live investment, or there's only one line among random lines which can be trusted. Which one is it? 2 months. I think within 2 months we see it stay above 40K. I think I've got a price target on Bitcoin of 65 to 70,000 by year end. I mean, how do I determine price targets? Just my gut. Rate a random? How do you rate a random?
I think there's so many ways to answer this, but I think we have it inside each one of us to discover,
just chatting,
to explore, to let out our creativity.
Oh, I know how to do this. This thing has a tool for that, right? Where is it? Raid Finder. Aw. Selling him down. There.
That one
Yes,
got
it was
really,
Hardy
really
that
heated.
screamed.
Make sure it's in English for you guys. UFC stream? Can I host the UFC stream? Is that possible?
Out, up and down, and where he
Mute them. Raid UFC. All right, guys. UFC it is. Let's do it. I'll catch you guys Monday, 9 a.m. I am trading the TSX on Monday. Raid UFC. Yeah, but I will be predict who wins the fight. Interesting. All right. I will be back Monday, guys, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're not following, make sure you follow. I will catch you guys later. Take it easy. Bye.